Recently, I turned a $67 offer into a $1,263 total sale. And this happened within just a few moments without lifting a finger on my part. So exactly how did this happen? And how does it happen where someone goes to check out and then they end up buying way more than they actually initially were going to? That's what I'm gonna break down here in this video for you. And really talking about my upsell strategy, specifically within Kajabi, and really what my strategy is there. Okay, so what's the offer that started it all? It's my online course starter kit. I put it on sale for $67, discounted from $97 for my recent birthday sale. So I started for my birthday. We're doing a sale every year where essentially we are offering my courses, digital products with a great juicy discount, bonuses, fun things like that. And I took my online course starter kit, so essentially how to create and launch an online course in 90 days, and I gave a discount on it. And that's the initial offer that this person went to purchase, right? So they went to checkout, we're purchasing a $67 offer. My online course starter kit is a digital product. Okay, now I'm gonna be looking down at my notes right here just to make sure I get everything right as I am telling it to you. But when they went to buy the $67 offer at checkout, so I create my checkouts in Kajabi, and that's where I set everything up, okay? So there is or was an order bump. It's called my course launch workflows template. It is the exact workflow steps to basically execute on a course launch, and I have it set up in Trello for them. And so they could just click a button, add that at checkout, and she did add that. After checkout, I usually include anywhere from 3 to 5 different upsells and downsells. It just kind of depends on the product, the strategy, the other offers that make sense for this. But essentially what I'm doing here, I'm creating upsells so that when someone checks out, they are immediately pitched something else. This would be the idea of, like, say you go to a hair salon to get your hair done. They are upselling you when they say, hey, by the way, if you want to take home the hairspray I used on your hair today and the other products I use on your hair, you can actually buy that from me here at the salon, right? That is a form of an upsell. Or when you go to Chick-fil-A and you go to buy their 8-count nuggets, okay? You can upgrade that and they upsell you into getting the full meal, or even past that, you can upgrade that and they'll upsell you into making your fry a large or making your drink a large, right? Or upgrading to a milkshake. Like, those are forms of upsells, right? That's what I like to think about it. And so the way I think about it is, how can I basically enhance or upgrade their experience from me with the offer that they have already purchased? So whatever that first offer is, what are other things I can offer them that are gonna really just like make a whole lot of sense? And this is where the more specific I think you are, and especially like with your upsells and tying them into that first offer, saying, hey, here's how this product that I also have is gonna help you with your purchase you've already made. That is key here, okay? So the first upsell that this customer also bought was my YouTube for Business course, okay? And this was $9.97, so this was definitely the bulk of what they were buying when they chose to add on more upsells. And so essentially how I position this course in my upsell offer is, what the copy represented was, hey, do you wanna learn how to get more leads with evergreen YouTube marketing? Here's my online course on how to do that, and it's gonna help take that course and bring more leads into your course, right? And so that's how I positioned the course. She bought that. The next thing that she bought was also my YouTube repurposing bundle. So I said, hey, that course you just added on, the YouTube course, here is my instant repurposing system to take your YouTube videos, turn it into 15 plus other pieces of content. Do you wanna add this on? Okay, she said yes to that. Next one was webinars that sell. So this is my online product on how to essentially, it's like bridging the gap between those YouTube leads and a course sale, and helping to nurture them and create that funnel, that webinar funnel for them to take them from a lead to someone actually buying the course. So I said, hey, do you want to learn how to essentially take your course, and once someone finds you, to offer a free webinar that can help bring people into your paid offer, your paid course, with the thing you already bought, right? And so she added that one on as well. So those were the 3 upsells she bought, and that was in the order bump that I talked about. Those are all the things that she added on when she went to check out. Basically, she was going, yep, want that, yep, want that, yep, want that. I think connecting those dots and saying, here's how it's gonna help you with your original purchase is what really, really helped here. And if you're interested in replicating this in your own business, I really recommend checking out Kajabi. I absolutely love it. And if you actually use my referral link below, you're gonna get a 30-day free trial trial versus the 14-day free trial that's public on their website. So if you use my link, you get like extra time to try it out, test it out for your business, see how you like it. It's basically like my student logins and how people log in, access my courses and products, but also how I set up my checkouts and all of these upsells and order bumps and all the things I'm talking about here. So I'll have a link to that right below in the description. Okay, and then I want to talk about a few things that also helped with this success of this upsell strategy, because obviously not every single person is going to say yes to every single upsell, right? And not every single person is going to add on another over $1,000 worth of upsells whenever they go to buy a $67 offer. So here are some other things that I noticed that I believe really helped turn this buyer into going into a buying frenzy and buying all these different things from me. The first one here is that this was not a first time buyer, okay? So this was someone who had bought some of my other products in the past. She had been on my email list for about 9 months as far as I could tell. And so she wasn't new to me, right? Like she had been in my community for a while. I've been nurturing her for months. And then she decided to go yes and go all in on multiple things at the same time. The second thing that I do think really helped too is what I do with my upsells is I also make them a one-time deal, okay? So I do offer a discount. So for example, like with YouTube for Business, typically it is priced at $13.97, but I offered it for $9.97 at checkout. And I really do believe that helps when someone is wanting to say yes to something by sweetening the deal a little bit, giving them a little bit of a discount or a bonus or something along those lines with the offer. And I make that very clear. Like I say, hey, here's the original value of the course, $13.97. Here's the discount you're getting, $400 off. Like I make that super clear on the checkout page so that they're not like wondering, wait, what's the discount or what is she offering here? Like it's super, super, super clear. And personally, maybe some of you have seen there are strategies where people will do upsells. Like say I offered YouTube for Business for $9.97 and someone said no to that. I've seen people do a downsell. Well, they'll say, well, do you want $9.97? And now I'm gonna add in a bonus, or I'm gonna give you another $100 off. And now it's $8.97. I personally don't feel super good about that. I want the offer to be my best offer. And I don't want just because someone said no to give them a better deal than someone who would have said yes the first time. Does that make sense? So for me personally, if I'm gonna use any sort of downsell strategy, which I don't think I did with this funnel right here, this checkout funnel, but I personally, if I'm gonna do some sort of downsell, it's gonna be like maybe I pulled out a lesson from that product and I'm offering it for a smaller price point, or maybe it is like a smaller version of the product, or just an easier like template version that they can like get started with without having the full product yet. Or even what I've started to do is if someone says no to that $9.97 price point, the downsell is a payment plan option that they can get. Yeah, so that's how I've played around with downsells. I'm still learning myself. The upsells, I feel like and it's just a learning process. You're always learning as you go in business, and upsells were just the first thing I focused on. I haven't done a ton with downsells yet, but just as a note, the strategy of like offering a further discount or something like that just doesn't feel very good to me. So I personally don't do that. And I do something more along the lines of what I was just talking about. The other thing that I think really helped, and something that I've recently implemented into my upsells, if you ever have set up upsells like in Kajabi or something similar, they're pretty bland, okay? You can't really change a whole lot about them. But what I will do is I will have a hyperlink that says something like, click here for full product info, and it links to the full price sales page with like the full information, especially for something like YouTube for Business that's pretty in-depth and is a higher price point when it comes to courses. I will link to the full product sales page there so they can click on over. I make sure it opens in a new tab and they can click over and like get all the details there. I don't wanna leave any questions unanswered or they're not sure and they can't get the answers to their questions right then and there when I'm offering that one-time discount. And so I do link to the full price sales page. I don't make a new sales page or anything like that, just the full price one. And then they can also, it kind of goes to show if they click over there, they can see, oh, this is like from her website and it truly is $13.97 if I were to go to her website and buy it. So I think it helps with that as well. Okay, then the other thing I wanted to mention here is that just making it an easy yes and making like connecting those dots super clearly, like why this upsell is going to help with their original purchase. I can't stress that enough. That has helped so much with my upsells, and not just being like, hey, do you want to learn YouTube marketing? Like that's not very enticing versus, hey, do you want to learn how to get more leads on organic with evergreen YouTube marketing? Here's my course on how to do that. Like that connects the dots a little more to my online course starter kit versus just pitching the course, right? So I can't emphasize that enough. That is so, so important here. And if you're someone who's sitting there like, oh my gosh, I would love to go deeper and to really get support and hands-on support and guidance in these types of things, like in setting up YouTube marketing and creating a sort of funnel strategy with upsells and webinars webinars and all those different things and all the things I go into, basically building an online business for your course sales specifically. I actually am running the very first round of Evergreen Era. So at this time, there are still spots available. We'll have a link below and you can go see if there's still availability. At the time of when this video comes out, we'll be just about kicking off, but I'm planning to leave registration open as long as we still have spots about a week or two into the mastermind. So this mastermind is all about how to add 6 figures of revenue for your course sales with things like YouTube videos, email marketing, and funnels, and really a lot of like what we talked about here with funnels and like the checkout process and taking someone and turning them into a higher average order value, and your webinar strategy, how that plays into it, and really creating evergreen content on YouTube to help bring people into your world. That's the topic of what we're doing and the focus of what we're doing in our conversations. We're gonna have live hot seat calls, an active group chat, document reviews, an in-person event with me. It's gonna be so fun. I am beyond excited to be running this. So we're gonna have a link down below in the description. You can check it out, see what spots are available, and I would love to welcome you inside if that type of support is what you're looking for. And as a next step, if you're interested in learning even more about Kajabi, how I use it, how I set it up for my online courses, I actually have a video on my channel about how to set up an online course in Kajabi, like to set it up within the Kajabi platform, how I set up my courses and like outline all of them and my checkout process and everything like that. If you want the nitty gritty of that on the back end of Kajabi, go watch that video next. Wherever we have it popped up on the screen, you can head over there, watch that video, and I'll see you guys in next week's video again on Tuesday. Bye guys.